got a message from a subscriber saying a girl he was messing with was giving him all the signs that she wanted him to escalate things, but he just didn't know how to. See, now you have to understand, when it comes down to you escalating things sexually, you have to play your cards right. You can't just go in there and expect you just to be alone with her and you just to take all her clothes off and for you just to fuck her. Maybe if this is a girl you've been messing with for some time, probably, but when you're having sex with a girl for the first time, you have to do the necessary steps. We all got to do it. So the first thing is the things that you guys are talking about. If you wanted to escalate to sex, you can't be talking about her ex, some depressing ass shit, sad things that happen in her life, or religion. She's just not going to want to put those two things together. You can't be talking about sex and then talk about sad things. You know, it won't get her in the mood. So if you want to escalate things to sex, you have to talk about things that will get her in the mood. You know, ask her what it is to have good sex, or what is good sex to her. You know, feel confident with asking her these type of questions. What are you scared for? So if you want things to lead there, you have to talk about things that will lead you there. Or it can even just be about your day-to-day life. You can talk about those type of things too, but it's nothing sad or, you know, things that'll keep her generally interested in you, in the mood. Now, when you're talking to her, you just gotta go in for the first move. So that first move is, you can either just go in for the kiss, or you can kiss her on the neck, whatever the two. You can do one of those. And 10 times out of 10, she won't stop you for kissing her on the neck or kissing her lips, because that's, especially the neck, that's like their pleasure spots. So once you're doing that for a little bit, you might start to make out with her, and then you want to go in, start rubbing on her boobs. Now, this is important. If she starts to give you resistance, you must stop. If she goes like this, or maybe like she flinches or she's uncomfortable, you just stop. Because she's not ready. When she is ready, she will allow you to go further and further and further until eventually you're inside of her. But if you're getting any sort of resistance, you have to stop. Because if you don't, she's going to see you as just thirsty and desperate for her pussy, and she's not going to let you get that. Because she knows that you haven't had pussy before, or you're not used to the feeling of pussy in your dick. And, you know, she doesn't want to be the first one to see what you have to act like afterwards. Because you're too desperate. So if she gives you resistance, you must stop and talk about the previous conversation and what you guys were talking about before you start to kiss her. Now, after about 10 to 15 minutes of you just talking to her, you want to go back in where you left off at. So it's just 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So your 2 steps forward is escalating things. When you get resistance, take that step back. Because you're still making progress. You're taking more steps forward than you are back. Now, since you left off with maybe touching on her boobs, you know, you want to start, you know, just by kissing her and maybe put a hand on her boob and just, you know, just squeeze on them, rub on them. And, you know, if she lets you, keep going. Then you might want to put your hand on her thigh. She might let you do that. Then you, from there, maybe rub on her pussy. Now, if she flinches again, or if she stops you and says, you know, I'm not ready, or this isn't right, we shouldn't be doing this, this is a shit test that most men will fail. Because you have in your head, we're doing all of this, why stop now? You know, I'm hard, you're wet, I just felt you. You know, why don't you want to do this? What's wrong? She'll say, oh, I'm just not ready. I'm not comfortable yet. She's not comfortable because you're moving too fast. And you're starting to get mad because she's not letting you have what you want. So if she's playing the game, you gotta know how to play the game back. So when she says, I'm not ready, you must say, I'm not ready too. You're right. You're right, I'm not ready. And she will be confused because most men, they will get mad at this point. So when you say, you're right, I'm not ready too, you're going to pass her shit test and you're going to go to the next level. Now, after you pass this shit test, she's going to be confused, and you just start kissing her and say, you're right, no, I'm not ready. You're right. You're not ready. I'm not ready. She's gonna be confused. So just start kissing her, start rubbing on her pussy, and she's gonna just let things happen because you didn't get mad. You know, like, no, this never happened to me before, or like, he's different. So she's gonna let things just happen. So if her clothes or your clothes aren't off at this point, you know, start to do that. Take your clothes off, take her shirt off. You know, start kissing all over her body. And take her pants off. Because you already passed the shit test, so shit about to just start happening because she knows that, you know, you're used to this. And women love a guy who is used to getting his way with women. She knows that you're experienced. And if you get any other resistance at this point, you know, just do the same thing. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You know, you could be sitting there with no clothes on. She might have no clothes on. She still may not let you hit. But it was at this point in time, you were close to having sex. So next time, she's going to let things happen again. This is women's natural state of being to shit test. You're going to get that shit again. But if you don't do these things, if you get mad when she's not letting you have sex with her, you might not get a second chance. If you don't get close to having sex with this girl, she's not going to let you have a second chance because you blew it. You only have 1 chance. You're out the game now. You fumbled it, bro. You're out. You have to know how to play the game in order to be in the game. Why do you want to be in a game not knowing the controls of the game, not knowing how to function, not knowing how to fight properly? Why do you even want to play the game? You don't know what you're doing. You suck, bro. You shit. Know how to play, be in the game.